We are continuing the scene around Dido as she lays dying with lines 667 to 671. Lamentis gemitu quet femineio ululatu, tecta fremunt resonat magnis plangoribus aiter, no aliter qua simisis ruat hostibus omnis, Carthag aut antiquatiros flammaeque furentes culmina per quominum voluantur perque deorum. You might notice that I didn't elide here. Femineo ululatu. Femineo ululatu. That's a hiatus in which Vergil chose not to elide. You can look at the appendix in FAR. He notes this if you want to check out more information about hiatus when there's no elision. It's very rare, but it does happen sometimes. The subject is the tecta, the houses, or literally the roofs. So this is metonymy here, or synecdoche, a form of metonymy. The houses, the roofs, fremunt, roar. That's your verb. And how do they roar? Several ablatives to tell us. Lamentis, with lamentations. Gemituque, and a groan. Et femineo ululatu, and female howling. From, think of ululatu, ulu, to howl. It's automatopoeic. The roofs roar with lamentations and with a groan and with female howling. Resonat magnis plangoribus aiter. The upper air, the ether, that's our subject, resounds. Magnis plangoribus, with great wailings or beating of breasts. With great wailings in grief for Dido's death. The upper air resounds with great wailings. Non aliter quam simisis ruat hostibus omnis, Carthag aut antiquatiros. Not otherwise, or not differently, than if, and then we have a little sort of a simile here, not differently than if, this is a conditional because we got the C, FAR calls it a conditional of comparison. We're comparing this fall of Dido with the fall of Carthage or ancient Troy itself. Not differently than if Carthage or ancient Tyre, did I say Troy? I meant Tyre if I said Troy. Antiquatiros, because that's where Dido's from. Not differently than if Carthage or ancient Tyre were to fall, or should fall. These places haven't fallen yet, so this is subjunctive, present subjunctive. It's a potential for them to fall. Just comparing here. It's a conditional sort of statement. If they were to fall, it would be like this. Not differently than if Carthage or ancient Tyre were to fall. Imisis hostibus omnis. Ablative phrase with all the enemies having been sent in. Okay, with all the enemies having been sent in. All ablative plurals here. Ablative absolute. This ablative phrase. Perfect passive participle from imito, and this is our noun, and this is our adjective. So with all the enemies having been sent in. This is, if this should happen, then that's what this would be like. The roofs would roar, and the ether would resound. And I know there's another part on this conditional statement here. We got if, not differently than if, all this. And if raging flames flames, that's a subject. Will one tour, present subjunctive, were to roll, or should roll. Actually, be rolled, it's passive. Not differently than if all this, and if raging flames were to be rolled through the culmina, the roofs, meaning the summits. And so that pair is making that accusative there. This is a neuter plural, just like tecta is a neuter plural. We've got a similar thing going on here with both of these. Metonymy for houses in both of these, or dwellings, buildings. In this case, roofs, and in this case, the high point of the roofs. And if raging flames were to be rolled through, both through the houses of men, that's a genitive, and through, and you got to put culmina again, understood, the houses of the gods, meaning the temples of Carthage. All the palace and temples and dwellings of Carthage if it was on fire, or ancient Tyre. So one more time, let's just do this whole thing. The roofs, literally, or houses, roar with lamentations and a groan and feminine howling. The upper air resounds with great wailings, not differently than if Carthage or ancient Tyre should fall, with all enemies having been sent in, and raging flames should be rolled both through the summits, or the tops of the roofs, the dwellings of men, and through the dwellings of gods.